We are doing science. We are talking about sound. So, what sense do we use for sound? Do we use our eyes? Our nose? Our hands? What do we use? Raise your hand. Cole? That's right. We're going to learn about how our ears work, because they're inside of our ears, in our eardrums, there's a lot of different functions going on. It's hard to believe how much. Who has ever heard of an eardrum? Yeah, that's a very important thing to keep safe. You don't want to damage that, because that could really damage your ability to hear. So, is it good to stick objects in our ears? No. Please don't. Because the eardrum is very fragile, and it really isn't that deep inside of our ear. And if you turn to page, where is that in here? It's actually in our textbook, a picture of our ear that we will be discussing later, but it's interesting. On page 119 is a picture of our ear, in the inside of our ear. So, just a little background. So what am I doing here? This is kind of odd. Am I really thirsty? All these glasses of water. So, glasses. The key is it's got to be a certain kind of glass in order for this to work, which is a crystal. Now, I've tried it on my mason jar, and I didn't get anything to work. Not like I wanted it. So, look at your fingers. Your fingertips. Are there ridges on your fingertips? If you look really close. Look at it's called your imprint, or your imprint of each finger has a little lines in your finger. Your fingertips. If you look really close. So, here is what's going to happen. So, I am going to take, now you have to be really quiet and listen. It's going to take a little while. Come on. I might have too many oils on my hand. Let's try this one.
I thought you just heard something.
They were working really good last night. right, so do you hear the different vibrations? Some are higher, this one's lower, this one's higher. This one's lower. That one's loud. That's a good one.
Can we close the doors?
Which one is the highest?
The one you just did.
This one is definitely the highest.
Yeah.
Now, let's see if I put less water in it, if that will change the sound.
Does it hurt?
Hurt? No. It's smooth. All right, let's try it. Less water. It really. Is it higher?
Yeah. Yeah. It's higher.
Not the same. What's going on, friends? Is it magic?
No. It's science.
It is science. So it is vibrations. I am creating a vibration. The friction from my fingers is making a vibration on the glass. So, now that is a sound. I can also make sound. So let's listen to that. Is it about the same?
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. It's similar. No, that one's lower. That one's lower. That one sounds lower than the lowest one. That's low.
It's a little different, isn't it? This one's low. Higher. So far, this is the lowest. About the same, aren't they? So let's put some less water in this. Oh, it got higher.
Pretty much the same.
Make it higher?
Yeah.
So what is the conclusion that you can make? Less water, the higher the pitch? Now, this one we determined is low. So will it get higher if I add more water?
No. Yes. No.
Too much water. It can't vibrate. There's no room in the glass to make the vibration.
Does it have to have water in it to work?
Yes. It's a lot lower.
Yeah.
Not very pretty sound. Sounds like a dead duck or a dying duck. Oh, that's. Oh, is it getting higher?
Yeah.
this one. This is our highest. So, if I take water out, does it get higher or lower?
Higher.
That's definitely higher. I like perch your ears high. All right, friends, what is happening? So we are going to be learning more about this, but it is called vibrations, a resonant frequency. So a chain of events occur when you move your finger across the rim of the glass. First thing you need to know is that material has a frequency at which it vibrates. So the vibration is what we are hearing. Friends, we hear things when something vibrates. So there is a vibration occurring in this whole situation. Can we see the vibration?
No.
No, that is why we hear it. We use our sense of hearing. We don't use our sense of sight. So, you run your finger across the glass. Your finger actually have little imprints on them. If you put your finger under a microscope, you would see a series of circles. That is our imprint. Every finger has an imprint, and every imprint is different. So that texture or that imprint is causing the friction, which causes the vibration. So in order for the glass to make a noise, you have to move your finger, and you get that resonant frequency of the glass. So that noise you're hearing is called a resonant frequency. A frequency is what we hear. So is this frequency the key is also how much water I have on my fingers, because if I don't have enough water, I don't get the vibration. The water and the friction with my finger is causing the frequency or the vibrations. Do these have different frequencies?
Yes.
That doesn't want to work. I'm going to get rid of some of the water. So, our ears can pick up. Why is it not working?
I don't know. Maybe. No. It's like maybe.
This one works the best.
It's smooth.
This one is like there's no effort to it. You just have to put your finger around it with a little water on it, it goes. So, can we see the vibration?
No.
Can we see the frequency that is happening?
No.
That our ears are hearing. Our ears are hearing it, but we can't see it. So, that is how our ears work, and that is what we're going to be learning about in this unit, about how that works. How our ears can pick up something as little. You mean really you can't see it, but just by me putting my fingers around on these glasses is making a sound that our ears pick up. Now, interestingly enough, if my dog Axel, like I was experimenting with this last night, he did not like it. Because dogs' ears are much more delicate than ours, and they can hear the frequency at a very high level than we do. Have anyone ever seen or heard, well, we didn't hear it, but seen a dog whistle? They're whistles that dogs or people use to train their dog. We can't hear it because the frequency is so high. Maybe some people can hear it, but we don't hear it as well as the dog. But the dog hears it, and it hurts their ears. So when I was working on this and experimenting with this last night, he was like all hunched over. He didn't like it. because it hurt his ears. Because he hears things at a higher frequency than we do. Their ears are much more in tune with the frequency than we are. Yes, Winsheen. Cats can hear higher things than dogs? Probably. Animals hear things differently. And they smell things differently than we do as well. E. I can't hear you, what? Yeah. He didn't like that. He didn't like this noise. He was looking at me like, why are you doing this? Cole.
I have a comment.
Yes.
I can hear dog whistles.
Can you? See, the older you get, the less you hear the higher frequencies. You get older, your ears lose the ability to hear the higher frequencies. Now, I can hear all of these fine, but if somebody was older, they may not hear this one that was really high. Remember, this one was really high? Now I can't get it to work for some reason. But the older your ears get, the less the ability is to hear the higher frequencies. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't working anymore.
I need more for Axel.
I mean, it's not working the way I thought it was working before. I can hear it, but it's not working the way I want it to work. I can tell, you know, it's funny, friends, I can tell when it's working. I can feel it feels different. I can feel the vibration on my finger. So when I do this one, I can't feel the vibration because it's not, for some reason, it's not working. So our ears, here we go, kind of. I don't know, it's not. So anyways, that is a fact about our ears, is that as they age, they lose their ability to hear the higher frequency. The lower frequencies is not as big of an issue. Winsheen. They do. There are people who make music doing this. Can make like they do songs. By adding different levels of glasses, like this one works beautifully, and I could see doing it's really
fancy.
it's very easy to get the sound from because it really takes very little effort. So some like this one is more difficult. That one's pretty easy. So that is our experiment with sound. You can keep hearing the yes.
If your finger makes the vibration, so why do you need the water?
The water, if I did this on a dry glass, it wouldn't work. The water is needed for the vibration as well and for the frequency. You need the water. My finger's dry, and I dried off the glass. Does it work? Nope. The water and the friction of my finger together creates the vibration, and then that creates the frequency that we are hearing, the frequency that this glass has. See, it doesn't work at all. There's no sound at all. Then if I add water. So, Jack.
I like the bottom of the smallest cup.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one works the best for sure.
And it's green.
It's from Germany. So it must be high quality glass, friends. And that is also, the higher quality of the glass, the better it works. Like I said, I tried a mason jar, which is not high quality glass, and it's thick. I could not, in one of the experiments on our lesson this lesson is using the mason jars to do this. So I will try again, but I could not get any sound from the mason jar because it's not a crystal glass. It's just a very high, thick, or a thicker, lower quality glass. So there we go. All right, any other questions? Oh, I'm just having fun here playing with these glasses. Yes. Oh yeah? And what did you learn? It is very fragile. It is very, and if you damage your ear, especially your eardrum, It's a permanent issue, and then you can't hear getting it to work. What if you what?
Oh, what if you put your...
Why would you even talk about that? That's gross.
Wait, what? Ew.
All right.
Ew.
That's not, okay, we do not need to discuss that. I just got done saying no, and then you turn around and you continue. It's inappropriate. So, with that said, this is done. Does anybody have any questions on our next unit? Olivia? Yes.
219, there are some pictures of fingerprints.
Oh, okay, so that is what I was, 219?
Yeah.
Oh, you're like way ahead.
Oh.
Talking about the skin? All right, so if you go to jail, you have to get fingerprinted. They put your finger in black ink and they put it on a white sheet of paper.
Why?
That because everyone's print is different. No print is the same. So if the police have your fingerprint, then they can identify you with that fingerprint. So that is what I was saying. You see on those pictures that every fingerprint has almost like a little design. Those are called your imprints on your pads of your finger. When I was in college, I got the tip of this finger cut off. But I was able to save it. But the only reason why I say that is there's no print on this finger because the pad is gone. So if you look at your finger, you kind of have a fatty part of your tip. See that right here? It's kind of, that is gone on this one. There's no imprint. So that is the only reason why I say that is because I look at my finger and there's no imprint. So you can even lose an imprint. Yes, Jeremiah.
I got a comment.
Yes.
My grandpa, he lost his finger, and like he lost like this much of it, and like this is how it happened. He I think a garbage truck
Ew.
bumped him into the garage when the garage door was closing, and at the tip of the garage door
Ugh.
there was a little cut.
Uh-huh.
Little slice, and then it cut his finger off.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad.
So yeah. So I mean that you can't grow back. Right? So this is what Emma. We aren't going to talk about any more losing fingers. Because I started it, but I only because I was talking about my pad of my print. Yes. Winsheen. I'm sorry, what? Oh, what is that?
It's basically like the sound really starts off low and then gets slowly higher. Also, it also sounds like the water is having.
It sounds like what?
I mean, it actually, from the very beginning, starts pretty low and then gets higher.
Right. It depends on how much water you have in it. That is dependent because the more water you have in it, the less vibration you get. So if I say I'll fill this whole thing up with water.
Then you want
So let's see if I can get a sound. It's a very low sound. See, it's low, but it's very hard to get a continual sound because there's not any room for the vibration to move, or because you have to have space. It's very low. You can barely hear it. It's barely making noise. Now, if I Because when I do that, the vibration has a room. There's not, the water is not taking up as much, what? Mass?
Space.
Yep, the volume. So, that is that. So if you fill it up, there's no space for the vibration to go. So there you have it. All right, friends, we are done with our experiment. So now you can all go home and grab your mom and dad's wine glasses and play music. All right, I did not ask you to talk. We are calmly. You don't have any homework, so you don't have to take any books home. I did not give you your packet with your vocabulary word and your new Bible verse, because every time I give it to you on Friday, you lose it by Monday. So I'm going to give it to you on Monday. I don't think any of you are going to be studying unless you really, really want it. I can give it to you now.
Yeah. I really want it.
No, you're not going to study it, and you just get more chance to lose it. So I will give it to you on Monday. So friends, we are in second quarter, and I am no longer going to replace these things for you. If you lose something from homework, it is gone. I am not.